Hi, my name is Zarina Matcha and you are watching Non-Feminist Gal. In this video, I'm going to discuss 4 books that I have read, all of which criticize aspects of post-60s Anglophonic feminism. Links to all of the books are in the description below. Book number 1, The Flipside of Feminism by Phyllis Schlafly and Suzanne Venker. This book discusses the political side of the American post-60s feminist movement. What I liked about it is that it delivers an alternative viewpoint of the mainstream feminist movement compared to the one we learn about in school or the mainstream media. It discusses how feminism lobbied against families, motherhood, and marriage. It also talks about the Marxist roots of feminism, which many don't realize, as feminist philosophy has a lot in common with Marxist theories of revolution and overthrowing the bourgeoisie. It emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and meritocracy. I agree that women's success owes nothing to feminism and should be owed to women's personal achievements. I didn't like the fact that it's very American-centric and would have liked for it to take a more international stance. It also has a very strong bias towards socially conservative women, which made it tough for me to relate to a lot of the anti-abortion and anti-casual sex passages, particularly in chapter 3. I also don't agree that marriage is the start of adulthood anymore, as thanks to modern medicine, most people are living longer, so it makes more sense to get married when we're slightly older. I also disagree with the assertion that daycare is wholly bad, as I do think it's good for children to play with other children and not just be around their parents all the time. But that aside, I do think that this book is worth reading for a non-mainstream approach to feminism. It was an easy and entertaining read, and despite disagreeing with a good chunk of it, I rate this 3 out of 5 stars. Book number 2, The Myth of Male Power by Warren Farrell. This book delves into the way in which patriarchal societies have been set up for the disposability of men and protection of women. It provides another side to the mainstream feminist viewpoint of patriarchy, and instead argues that patriarchal societies have actually protected women and overlooked most men. It explores how many things in society, such as war, marriage, and work, have been set up to make things tough for men. For example, war is built on sending men out to fight and die. Marriage historically guaranteed women a lifetime of financial support and protection, yet guaranteed men a lifetime of financial burden. Feminists have claimed that marriage oppresses women, while failing to explore how it can also be oppressive to men. My only criticism of this book is that it is very dense and repetitive at times. It's not a light read, and after a while it feels like I'm being hit over the head with the same point. I think that it also misses some of the natural differences in men and women, which feminism also does. The reason why men have been trained to fight and combat more than women is because men are naturally physically stronger than women in most cases, and also because women are the ones who bear children. Also, if society was based around peace and didn't condone war to the extent that it does, then we wouldn't have a culture of teaching men that to go out and fight and die is honourable. But this book does present many excellent points and I enjoyed reading it. If you're a man, then you should definitely read this book, and if you're a woman who likes men, then please do read this. I rate this 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 3, Free Women, Free Men by Camille Paglia. This book is my favourite of the bunch. It is a collection of essays about libertarianism, feminism, and gender issues. If there is one person I would really love to sit and chat with after reading this, it's Camille Paglia. She definitely has the same principles and mentality that I do, and reading this book was very enjoyable due to the bluntness and the humour that is sprinkled throughout the book. Camille represents what feminism should be, women having equality of opportunity while also taking responsibility for their choices. Camille is a libertarian, and what some would describe as a first-wave feminist, although if you've watched my other videos then you'll know that I don't align early women's thinkers with feminism. This book is excellent to understand things like critical theory, deconstructionalism, and everything wrong with the post-60s feminist movement. It serves as a more liberal version of the flip side of feminism, so if you're someone who disagrees with feminism like me, but who is not very conservative, then you would enjoy this book. There were a few things I disagreed with, of course, like the passages on homosexuality, but overall this was enjoyable, blunt, and very funny at times. I rate this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Book number 4, Who Stole Feminism by Christina Hoff Sommers. This book does repeat some of the things that I already read in the other books. I didn't enjoy the writing style as much as I found it very dry and academic, which didn't make for as enjoyable reading. But once again, it's another fantastic book, and Christina distinguishes equity old school feminists with gender contemporary feminists, which I have referenced a few times in other videos. I rate this book 4 out of 5 stars. Overall, I enjoyed all 4 books. My favourites in order were Free Women, Free Men, The Myth of Male Power, Who Stole Feminism, and then The Flipside of Feminism. I recommend all of them for alternative readings on feminism, and I have a full comprehensive list of books that you can check out on Goodreads below called An Egalitarian Reading List, which contains lots of books on feminist critique, on gender, and on sexuality. If you've read any of these books or any good books that critique feminism, then do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Feel free to join my Facebook group Liberals Against Feminism, which is in the description below, for like-minded people with socially liberal views who don't agree with feminism.